your brochure, and it had mentioned what a beautiful coast Tamil Nadu has, what a long coast it has. You had mentioned about the beaches. Yes, it's all beautiful. It's lovely. And I'm sure a lot of you would have had the opportunity to look at some of the beaches. But global warming also brings with it the fear of flooding, of water level being raised. So when that happens, a state or any country with a long coast, with a big coast, is threatened much more than the rest of the world. We have this fear of seawater coming in, our water table being contaminated. Already, due to global warming, there is water scarcity. Our women have to walk longer distances to fetch water for their households. And now, when the water table starts getting contaminated, our well waters go salty and the distances become longer. And the major age group which goes out to fetch water to run the household is from 14 to 20, 25. And this is a prime age group where women's education comes to a standstill, where girls have to drop out of schools to bring water for the rest of the family, where they're forced to give up their dreams. So, and it is not that. The extra burden of work, the extra burden of walking creates a lot of physical complications for them. A lot of them become anemic. There are a lot of problems with their menstrual cycles. They face a lot of complications throughout their life after this. So, just looking at one aspect, we understand, we can see how much it can change a woman's life, how much it can take away from her life. So, when it comes to recession, when it comes to losing jobs, of course, it is the woman who will be thrown out first. The extra baggage, the extra luggage is what goes first, isn't it? So, the stress, the burden on the families, everything becomes a challenge to her, a challenge to her children, and she, as always, has to carry the burden of all this. In spite of so much of awareness, in spite of so much of emphasis these days on women's health, still 40% of the world's women are anemic, and in India more than 60% of our women are anemic, and this includes pregnant women. When you talk about women being anemic and pregnant women being anemic, it means that you have a next generation which is not going to be that healthy, which is going to be born undernourished, which is going to be malnutritioned. So, the vicious cycle starts there. Now, we can understand the importance of the wellness of women, the stress, the emphasis we have to lay on women's health. I like to congratulate this organization for bringing to focus one of the most important factors, women's health. Because Without that, the world will not go the way. The world will not be a safe, just, right place where you can see more healthy, cheerful faces, which we all would like to see at some point of time. Because every work, every small reaching out is towards that, to see a smile on your face and your neighbors. But one major problem when it comes to women's health or women's rights is the question of awareness. Awareness of women's health has not been created to the extent it has to be brought to focus. Women's health is still a secondary thing. The importance which it should have got has not been gained as to this moment. When we go to hospitals these days, we can see that there is a great disparity between men who come for general health checkups and women. The percentage is always less than half or even less than that when it comes to women who come to do a health check on themselves. And this is quite acute, quite the practice in specifically Asian countries. It is always that a woman has to be pushed, prodded to go to a doctor even when she falls ill, unless it's really bad, unless it is a state where she can't walk, she can't even get up, she will not go, because it has been installed in us that your health, yourself, a woman, should never come first. She is not the most important thing. There are so many other things. After everything else is taken care of, then comes herself. So this awareness about the self, this awareness of accepting herself, and this awareness for standing up for what she is, for believing in what she is, finding her inner strength is the most important thing. And I think this Congress, this convention is targeted towards that, because we're talking about a complete holistic approach: physical, emotional, spiritual, intellectual, financial, social, cultural, and environmental wellness of women. I think it is something amazing, because it will not solve anything if you're going to look at one particular aspect or one particular angle of development, of change, of wellness. Wellness can only be achieved when everything comes together, when there's a holistic approach to the whole thing. So I would once again like to appreciate and congratulate you all for looking at this as a holistic way.